It's Monday the 11th of June 2018 today, so things seem to have been going slightly wrong for me recently in this really non-specific way. So I've noticed the last week or two I've had a few problems with this on and off, where my stomach would just be really painful and I wouldn't be able to eat, and I'd just have horrible stomach cramps and pain, and the stomach would stick out really swollen, like a huge bump sticking off me, and then it would go away a few days later. And then the last few days especially have been terrible. I've completely lost my appetite, I've barely eaten anything, and if I didn't have those Fortisip milkshakes that I get from the doctor, I would have already starved to death. So when I went to the doctor this morning, I asked for another prescription of Fortisips, and I also spoke to her about this problem, because she said, "You're not having them every day, are you?" And I said, "Yeah, I've been having 2 or 3 every day for God knows how long, you know, years, literally." And she said, "Well, you can't just keep having them, you're gonna have to get off them. You can have them this time, but the next time you'll have to get off them." And I have heard that before from, you know, that doctor and other doctors, and they're really not just supposed to keep prescribing them, because you can't just officially just keep having those milkshakes as your food, you know? So they're only for short-term use, where you've got a problem that's going to pass, or you're going to get treatment for, or whatever. But then with me, it's just that I'm constantly in agony and I can barely manage to eat, and these are the only things that don't give me a stomach ache. So if I could just live off Fortisips, all my pain, my horrific pain that I struggle with so much, could just be gone. But I know they're going to take them away, and I'm always terrified I'm not going to get another prescription. And I told the doctor 3 of those a day is about 900 calories, so you'd just be suddenly taking that away from me if you stopped them, and then what? I'd starve to death. So she just can't really do anything, because she's supposed to take advice from professionals like the gastroenterologist and the dietitian, but I've been to see both of those multiple times, and I'm going back again, and they just can't understand the problem. The gastroenterologist said that he had basically never heard of EDS causing these sorts of problems, and he didn't really understand it, and he didn't think that there was anything he could do, and he didn't believe me that I have reactions to almost every food. So I've got a bit of an issue there. I'm back, so I just remembered I've got a little trick up my sleeve which I barely ever use for situations where I'm having a flare-up of EDS and I'm just having a lot of pain, and if I'm feeling sort of anxious or stressed at the same time, I'll use this secret weapon. And here it is. This is a packet of diazepam, also known as Valium. So I got these on prescription probably 2 or 3 years ago now. I managed to get 30 individual tablets, and instead of taking them at the time, I took a few at the time, but most of them I stored away in this secret box that I've been keeping for years, and every now and then something would go wrong and I would take one and then things would be okay again, and it would just get me through a difficult day or a difficult few days, and maybe just break that cycle of constantly being in pain, which is exhausting. So I think what I'll do is forget about all these worries, take one of these, sit out in the sunshine in the garden, have a cup of tea and work on a jigsaw puzzle until my mum gets back, and then we'll be going to view this property that I might be able to move into. Okay. Okay. I'm in Tesco's with my mum waiting for her to do her shopping, so I thought I'd get a little treat for Siku since I'm going to visit him soon, and I've chosen these, which I know he'll love because he just is the greediest dog ever. Hello. Not doing that well. Just tried to help my mum get the wheelchair out of the car, and I ended up just like being stuck, just holding it on the floor, like I just couldn't move anymore, and I just sort of fell back and was lying in the driveway on my back. But at least it's sunny. Got a parcel through the door. I can't remember what I ordered. I've done it again. Haven't even got the faintest idea. Oh, okay. What these are is some reusable straws, because I find it a lot easier to drink with straws, and here they are, silicone straws, because the metal ones you can kind of cut your mouth on them and they're a bit sharp, and the glass ones you can smash. So these seemed like the best thing.